Alright. Final race. It's my final opinion on this racing event, these cars, and I've kind of set my final opinion about the new Gran Turismos. I think they're crap. I think the racing is fun, mechanics are cool, but I think in practice, like execution, AI, the way that they do microtransactions, it's pure shit. You unlock this car, right? 20 million credits, and then it costs the most mileage points in the game to fully unlock tunability. I burned over 20k mileage points, built up over the course of like a month, you know, on just getting its power all the way unlocked. And I can't use it because the suspension's not good enough for you to really use it. You turn into a drag car, that's just about it. 2 days of racing, about 60 laps in, and I'm just now able to afford level 2 of the lightweight. I'm gonna weight reduce it too because fuck the AI. The AI is still just as cheap as ever, only it's weird, they don't set 45-second gaps on you anymore from the start. It's weird. This car, I want to say speed-wise, is just as fast as the SLS 800, or maybe it's SLE 800, the Mercedes car. Just as fast. It could be faster, but that car is just as fast. The only difference, I think, is the weight. Allows some sick handling, but nothing really too special to do the same thing in the other car. When I picked the other car, I couldn't clear. It was like a 45-second gap almost every race. You get to the front, big ass gap. a turn that I could take at the bottom of third and pull out of. Tell me why I can't be on the throttle at all. Oh wow, that's my first clean race bonus since since I got back on this game, since they shut it down. I thought they stopped doing that. Also, I think the clean race bonus is your estimated prize now. But he set a faster lap than me somehow. 146.35. That's weird. Hey, you got a guy in the back. Hey, you got a guy in the back setting the fastest lap while I'm literally passing all the best people on the grid. There's a lot of that too. Like, oh yeah, person who set the fastest lap though was the guy in the back battling all those other people. Oh, that's weird. How'd you do that without passing anybody or battling me or not having as much power or horsepower or weight reduction? How'd you do that? Stupid. Well, that's this whole challenge. Freaking Jesus. Now I just got finish off these races. I'll do that over the course of this weekend. Do this. I started out feeling pretty jazzed about like going through the campaign, but all the fun pretty much stops. I want to say all the fun of the game pretty much stops around here. Actually, I take it back. This is probably the last fun event. This one was not fun. This one was not fun. I mean, it was alright, but it's weird. The Lamborghini cars like have this very big difference in like how well they drive. This one was kind of fun. This one is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. All that AI manipulation and all that just to make you buy the 20 million credit card, and then it takes you forever to upgrade the 20 million credit card that you just spent like a month or so grinding for, right? You know, because they can't have it be easy, and now the AI is playing nice all of a sudden. Group 1 Cup. I remember it being pretty fun if you go with the 90s cars. Real crazy racing. But, you know, it turns out to be, you know, like boring almost, like when you make your car like 1200 horsepower and everybody else's is 500, and all you have to do is get a straight or anything remotely straight and you pass half the grid each time. This one was no fun at all. No fun at all, and that goes for like there and in the Endurance Cup. It's just not fun. The higher performance car you get, like the less fun the race is. It's just bullshit. This is like the single hardest event I think in the game right here, because of how the turbo lag. Just such a big torque curve on the turbo. Like you have to anticipate it. If you don't, you're just fucked. This one was pretty fun. This one was kind of fun. I actually ended up enjoying it. I because of the LaFerrari. It has that hybrid motor assist, and you can get the car to almost 300 miles per hour. I think the fastest I got it was like 240, 250, and I think when I did this, I did the Bugatti, and I got that car up to like 276. It's wild. Midship Challenge, that one was fun. I think I picked the Ferrari for that one, the 458, I think. All these races are really fun. All of them. All these races are really fun. You race street cars, rally cars. All the races are very different. All the opponents are very different, so you can kind of game plan how you want to do things. 4-wheel drive cars are fun. The front rear, okay, front rear Those are fun, but the front wheel drive cars aren't that fun to drive, but once you get used to how they understeer like crazy, those are fun. All these challenges were really fun, but I know that by the end of this, fuck like half the challenges in there, and then fuck most of the races. The Group 3 one was actually kind of fun. The Porsche Cup, anytime you do a one make race, it's just bullshit, just AI bullshit, because now you, with this one, you can tune your car for an advantage. And when you're all driving the same car, you know, the advantages can be pretty big. But they even that out by having the AI just be absolutely murderous. And this is just no fun. Like I said, one make races, it's if you can't tune an advantage, it's all just driving style and preference, technique. So tune for a way where you can handle the AI bull crap, because otherwise it's just, no, it's not fun. And when I finish this, my synopsis of this race is that this race is one of the more fun endurance races, because like, you see I've already done 3 of them. I did all 3 of those in the same day. Like, that's how fun like these are, is that I can take the stock car and race it and not feel like I'm handicapping myself by doing so. And now I've got like a million. I can pick another Group 1 car if I want, which I probably will, because the I think it's the Pugo one. I'll check. I think it's the Pugo one. That it's like almost 800 horsepower or something like that, and it's diesel powered. Where's it at? Renault. My eyes not focusing. I'm just like skimming. I need to stop doing that. It's a terrible habit to be skimming all the time instead of reading. Yeah, 700 horsepower, and it's diesel, so it's got crazy torque, which I have observed so far. It'll go through tires like crazy, but it'll actually be fast enough to get away from some of these vision cars. I like the Toyota Group 1 car. I liked it a lot because while it isn't very powerful, it has that hybrid assistance, which kind of helps you set a gap for a little bit. It makes the racing like challenging when you know you don't have like the top end to like stay away. So now all of your advantage is in the planning and in proper execution of a launch. Like it becomes a pretty fun race. But this one, we're talking about 700 horsepower, 2,000 pounds. Like, that's some pretty good power to weight ratio right there. It's mid-engine. I thought about going with the Nissan one. It's got the GTR engine in it. I'm figuring out the subtle differences between the different how do I want to say, the different power plants that make it, you know, unique. Like naturally aspirated is good because you have a pretty uniform, consistent kind of performance as far as the engine. Like you can plan your shifts and you can kind of plan your exits really easily, and it's kind of the same every time. With the turbo, you can get a lot of your power regardless of what orientation you're in. Like if you're going against you know, going against gravity there, you know, going up a hill, you're not really struggling to make power at all, and your torque is usually in a pretty good spot up high, you know, and they're good for the top speed pushes up hills because you're still making as much power as you can going up the hill, so you can kind of be, it helps with like catching up to people, I think. And I said the electric motor assistance is like really good for like launching the car really quickly. The only problem is that it's only recharged by your braking or by letting off the throttle a little bit. It's like if it's powered by battery, then it's by letting off the throttle, it seems. You know, you let off the throttle or something and it recharges it. That's with some cars. I think the LaFerrari does that. I haven't used any of the racing cars that have MGUK. I think outside of maybe the F1 car, but I don't think I even needed to rely on it. I don't think I pressed the overtake button at all or anything, or DRS, or when I did those challenges at all. The Super Formula I did, but that's not a rechargeable. That's a DRS overtake button or something. Actually, I pressed it quite a bit for that one, but I haven't used any race cars with that yet, just a supercar. But this one, the Toyota, has the electric motor assistance that's powered by the capacitor, and it recharges really fast. And the way the ones with the batteries work is that like you have to let off the throttle just a little bit for it to recharge. Also with these LM cars, I'm finding myself finally having to actually manage my tires and like plan my stops, at least on the ones where I have to race for time, because it's like, oh man, you go to higher horsepower and now you really start eating up tires. I don't know. So it's like, it's making me actually have to plan, and it makes the race a little more exciting. And these last few races that I won too, it's always been by kind of like a split. Except the one I did at Le Mans. I feel that every time I race at Les Arts, I encounter the AI that's just a rammer. It just slams into you and pushes you and tries to nudge you off the track in the middle of turns and all that stuff. So I do track skips. I race fairly until that happens, and then once that happens, I just start skipping the track. Or once the AI starts setting like full minute long gaps because it's not racing against anyone, yeah, I just, okay, cool, I'm gonna just start skipping the track to catch up, because if you hadn't noticed in those last races, the AI likes to skip the track too sometimes. And sometimes it really freaking sucks because they're the person that is in first and you're in second, and then they do a track skip at a chicane and you're like, what the fuck? But I got over that stuff a long time ago, because I was like, they're not penalizing me for it in the campaign, so it doesn't really matter. You know, clean driving is only like a 50k bonus, and now I have one of the most expensive cars in the game. I don't really need to grind money like that anymore. Like, I'm probably not gonna buy any other car but maybe this one. I want to see what that's like, having the 700 horsepower. Actually, I didn't get to read if it was naturally aspirated or if it was turbocharged. 5.5 liter V8, I'm guessing. Diesel powered. Supremacy, its main rival, the Audi R10. Yeah, the Audis though, they're only like 570 horsepower, 580 horsepower. They have a 200-pound They have a 200-pound difference in weight, bro. I think it's like 1980 or like 1870, something like that. Yeah, Pedro, Lemmy, Sebastian. Oh, I don't know how to say that. I'm not gonna butcher that. Interesting names though. It's not saying anything about what kind of engine this is, because in the 90s people were doing twin turbo V8s. Then they switched to twin turbo V6s like F1 did. Some people went diesel powered, some people stayed petrol. The petrol guys seemed like they stuck to a smaller displacement. And then of course there were hybrids in the later years. So my guess is that it's naturally aspirated, which is fine. I'm just like rationalizing it in my head if I should buy it or not. It doesn't really matter actually. Yeah, because I can't use PlayStation credits anymore. So now we have a 700 horsepower modern Le Mans prototype, as opposed to the 500 horsepower. And I'm gonna hot lap it real quick, get a feel for it. I'm trying to remember where I hot lapped the other cars for reference. I know it wasn't Monza. I don't hot lap at Monza. I feel like it wasn't Suzuka though. Suzuka's where I do most of the cars. Where did I set the time for the... you know what? It was at Monza, because I'm comparing all these cars to the Audi, which set my fastest time there. Yep. Hybrid, diesel, and then of course I got the 787B, that screaming machine. I like it, I just feel like it's cheating. Aside from the fact that the 90s cars eat up tires. They really do. They eat up tires because of how heavy they are and how fast they go. And if there's anything I've learned about racing like this, is that you don't want to be in the pit stop. You don't want to. Or in the pits. You don't want to be in the pits. You want to be on the track as long as you can. Every time I beat the AI, it's just because I'm on the track longer, and because I'm calculating how many laps I have left and when to pit stop and watching what they do. Heard the whine. Is that the transmission or is that the hybrid assistance? What is it? They didn't say. Turbo. Alright. Yep. Visibility is a bit better too. Better than the letter. Nice. Wow. It's a beast. Dwarfed the Audi time that I said. Stock power. Yeah, I always create one that says stock power. And then one that says something else, like high horsepower tune or tune for a specific track. I can't believe that. Oh, what's that? I don't have to pay a ridiculous amount for like just some little bit of horsepower? Jesus Christ, thank you. And I'm not even really gonna do it. It's just kind of like the option would be nice. Wow, though, that's insane. Look, 10-second difference. Okay, session results, race settings, select course. I know that where I actually hot lapped it was the Nürburgring Grand Prix setup. Nürburgring Grand Prix setup. But yeah, that's what's going on with me in this game. Just trying to finish it up so I can say I did it. I don't have to beat Gran Turismo anymore. Everything's done. I got these races, and then I'll finish it up. The track challenges, I think, is what I got left. Nope. I have the some of the tutorial stuff is like do an endurance race, and I'm like, why is that in the tutorial or the track challenges in endurance race? Like, you have a whole section for endurance racing. I don't know. Don't question it. 49. All right. Actually. Consistent. Use this camera usually. It's stuffy inside. It's really hard to see. the brakes are actually really strong on it. Okay, that felt really fast. Yeah, faster than the other two. Yep. And of course I'll have access to the racing super soft tires, which do wear pretty quickly, but they're the only thing that seems to allow me to really clear the pack and have a shot at podium. Start there and then do other tire changes from there. Although I think the last race I did pretty good, and I started on soft and then changed to the super soft. But wow, that's without much modification. I didn't even look at the well, not any modification really. I didn't even fuck with traction control. I don't think I will. I think I need more traction control, and I'm gonna set this thing up on racing soft. Brake balance it to the rear a little bit. Because of how much torque steer I was feeling, I'm probably gonna leave that as is. Actually, I don't think I'll have any problems turning in. It's very nimble even at high speeds. It's a lot of downforce too, comparatively. 10, 40, 30. I might open up the diff a little more on braking. Acceleration sensitivity. Just a little bit. I have no doubt I probably just made it a little slower by reducing that little bit of wheel spin, which lets it slide through corners better, but I'm trying to save traction for AI shenanigans. Very nice though.